Earthlings. My name is Tyler Stormzine. I would like to welcome you to the 25th episode of StormWatch, the most fantastic podcast your Earth has ever contrived. On today's episode, we will be talking about some things that are out of this world, and maybe even from my world, if you will. Do not be scared. Do not be sad. Just be happy. I promise you. We come in peace. Welcome to the 25th episode of StormWatch, everybody. You know what? With everything going on, who's to say I haven't been possessed by the aliens? Who's to say that this isn't my way of coming out to you that I've been possessed by the aliens all along? The Greys got to me. The Greys got in my goodie bag, and they've been controlling me all along. The reptiles got to Donnie and them. The Greys got to me. How do you know that this isn't the truth? Maybe it was the Nords. Maybe the insectozoids got to me. Or maybe I'm budding Greys. Maybe these will grow up to become aliens. Maybe I just showed you a birthing process. Right at the beginning of this, I just gave birth in front of you. How does that make you feel? I, as a man, gave birth, not because I transitioned sexes, but because an alien impregnated me. An alien impregnated me in the middle of the night. A Grey got in my goodie bag and impregnated me in the middle of the night, and now I have just birthed its babies. Do any of you understand how glorious this is? We have our first intergalactic species. These are my babies. Look at this. Look at this. We've had so many kids on this podcast. The Thruple Bunnies had their babies on. I have my budding baby aliens. What more could you ask for on a podcast? Something like, this is out of this world. This is out of this world. This is something that's... This should be breaking news right now, but it's not gonna be because everybody's so focused on like Iran and the Strait of Hormuz and fucking Kash Patel catching a bunch of illegal immigrants and Erica Kirk and her husband getting shot. Whatever. I don't even know if Tyler did it. I'm pretty sure it was some... I'm not gonna go and accuse anybody of anything because I will get sued. So I'm just gonna say it was an alien source that took out Charlie. Maybe that's what it was. You know, I said this last time when I was on the podcast. Okay, technically speaking, lore accurate, Jesus could have looked like Charlie Kirk. He could have looked like Benjamin Netanyahu. He could have looked like Ben Shapiro. So what if the devil is really an alien and that's what took out Charlie? Did you ever think about that? The devil took out fucking Conor McGregor at his fight at the UFC 329. Maybe it was an alien that did it to him. Maybe it wasn't even the fucking devil. Maybe it was that alien that impregnated me. It's been 2 weeks. Do you know that's why I took the last week off? I was pregnant with these fuckers. Not because of the tattoos that I got or anything like that, but because of the fact that I was pregnant with alien babies. I was fisting alien babies into this world. I fucking five-finger fisted babies into this unit. 5 fingers deep of baby into this world of Grey Tyler Storm baby. And you know, speaking of my tattoos, by the way, Vidi my new glazzies. Real horror show, eh? Motherfucking Eddie Rivera at Stigma Inc. Eddie Rivera at Stigma Inc. Unknown know-it-all on Instagram, the motherfucking best. He's a fan of the movie as well. I met him at Florida Groves, and he helped design these eye cufflinks that you see. We're going to do a Clockwork Orange movie episode one day, and I'll be in full costume because I have the full costume. I met Malcolm McDowell in full costume. It was fucking horror show. It was fucking beautiful. It was awesome. You know, not because I got to meet him, but because it was really cool to see from the art to reality. Do you get what I mean? It was the idea of going from seeing this guy on screen to actually being able to shake his hand and say, thank you for making the fucking film. That was kind of cool. But I got these tattoos because in the film, he's wearing a suit in the beginning, an all-white suit, and he's got these eye cufflinks that he has on his wrists. They're bleeding and shit like that, and so this is our edition of it. You know, hear no evil, see no evil, but I'm definitely always going to be seeing something. This was, love these Love these, love these. We'll be going back to him. We'll be 100% going back to him. I don't trust almost anyone here in Brevard. There's like one or two artists here that I would go to, but this was beyond worth it. That's also why I'm not wearing a fucking watch of the week. That's why the watch of the week is a fucking pocket watch, bitches. We're bringing some class back to this shit. Fuck your AP pocket watch that I can't even get a hold of. And I'm not saying fuck it because I can't get a hold of it and because I don't want to pay the double the price. And I'm not saying fuck it because I'm jealous because I can't get a hold of one. And I'm not saying fuck it because I really, really want one and I just don't have one. That's a lot of the reason I'm saying it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm saying fuck it because I don't even have one. But you know what? This is kind of badass. This is a little bit of American history right here. This was started in, what was it? Elgin, Illinois. I think that's actually what the history of this said. Here, sorry, I got to pull it up. Founded 1864 in Elgin, Illinois. An American watch brand. You know why? Because it's all about America, baby. That is what we fight for. That is what we stand for. And that is what we love is American craftsmanship and beauty. Actually, what's his name? Timothy Chalamet was wearing an Elgin 1950s watch during the Marty Supreme movie. Great film. You know, I did a whole episode on it. If you missed it, go watch it again. You get to watch me whack some balls around with my paddle. Whipped out my paddle and just whacked some balls across the room, you know what I'm saying? But this watch is from 1919 and it's still fucking running. I don't know if any of you understand how amazing that is. That's a 107-year-old watch that still is functioning to this day. I'm probably going to go in and take it serviced, make sure the parts are all real and authenticated and all that stuff, but it's hard to authenticate something that was shut down 60 years ago. Holy shit, 60 years ago. We're in 2026. This watch is 107 years old. This watch brand is over 150 years old. Do you guys have any? I think this watch brand was founded during the Civil War. Are you kidding me? What better way to keep track of time when you're going and killing coons than to have a pocket watch in you? Or when you're going and killing crackers. You got a pocket watch, baby. You can fund both sides of this. I think that's beautiful because during the Civil War, what more do you need than a pocket watch? Come on now. You've only got so much time left on this earth before your brother or some black guy comes and shoots you. Be realistic. Hold on, be realistic. During the Civil War, it was either your brother, your cousin, your neighbor, or some guy from across the other state who you used to sell cabbage to. They're coming to shoot, or it's a black guy and they're coming to shoot you. These are your options. Pick from the five. Pick from one of these five. Is it the cabbage farmer? Is it your brother or your sister? Is it your cousin? Is it your ex or your wife? Is it some black guy? Take your pick. Who do you want to kill you in the Civil War? You know what? You should actually be thinking about this with America's Civil War 2.0 coming up. I think that you should really consider who you want coming at you. You know what I mean? Because now we've got some new diversity with it. This is just your entire family. Brother, cousin, auntie, uncle, mother, sister, father, molesty nephew, molesty uncle, molesty aunt, big titty aunt that hugs you way too much. That's going to come and shoot you. America's Civil War 2.0. It could actually be aliens. It could be aliens disguised as humans. It could be aliens disguised. It could be that Donnie and Zuck and all of them are reptiles. So it could be the fucking reptiles. So think about that. Big titty aunt, reptiles, black people. Now, I'm not saying that all black people during Civil War are going to come after you because some of them may be on your side. But just think about the likelihood if it comes to a Civil War. Do you think they want you to live? Probably not. So, black people. So, big titty aunt, reptile pedos, black people, Mexicans. I know you're saying to yourself, don't you mean Spanish people? Don't you mean Latin American? No, Mexican. Because guess what? It's all Mexico. In the great words of Andrew Tate, everything that's Mexico and below is just all Mexico. It's Mexico and Mexico extended. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Okay, so we're going to run back through. Big titty aunt, reptile pedophiles, LaRon. What did I just say this one was? Fuck. Oh, Mexicans. And the last one, trannies. It's going to be a bunch of fucking fags and trannies coming at you. I want you to pick and choose, okay? Who is going to kill you or come shooting at you in America's Civil War 2.0? Is it your big titty aunt? Is it the reptile pedophiles? You can make deals with these people, by the way. You don't have to shoot them or let them shoot you. You can like make deals with these people. Black people. Mexican. I'm sorry. Give me a sec. 1 second. All right, here, let's try this again. Whew. Who do you want to shoot you in the Civil War? Do you want your big titty aunt to do it? Pedophile reptiles? Black people? Mexican people? Or trannies? Now, I'm not saying that these are the only groups, but as far as America is concerned, these are the ones we got to worry about. The biggest ones, the big five, as you will. How the fuck did I get there? Where did I even start? I started with Watch of the Week. And I got to like American Civil War. Oh, the Watch brand was founded during the American Civil War. And what better things could you ask for during a Civil War than a goddamn pocket watch that still runs to this day? That's American machinery and fine craftsmanship at its best. Think about this. These watches are so amazing. They can last through 2 world wars, us invading the Middle East at least 4 times, us going into South America at least 3 times. I mean, I want it to be 100% clear. In the last 107 years that this watch has been alive, we have had so many assassinations. We had 40 million people killed in China. We had the hippie movement here. We had the Jews being expelled out of fucking Germany and being eradicated in Germany. And okay, real quick. I posed this question to Dakota the other day, and I want to ask you, if you have to admit one person is right, would you rather admit Benjamin Netanyahu is right, or would you rather admit Adolf Hitler is right? I'm not saying you have to choose. You have to, who? You'd rather say Adolf? You know what? I respect that. At the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, if he's going to continue on this warpath to try and eradicate Lebanon and Turkey and Iran and all of these other fucking countries and just make Israel the Middle East and all that stuff, who was right? I'm not saying any one of them is right. I'm not saying either one of them is right. I'm not saying that you should love Hitler. I'm not saying you should love Benjamin Netanyahu. I'm saying that when you look back at history, if you consider who could be more right than the other person, who would you say is more right than the other? Think about that when you're sitting on your goddamn soapbox. When you're thinking about where the world is going to go, who would you rather take sides with? The Jewish pedophiles or the Nazi occultists? I'm not saying either one is right. But you should really consider these things when you're getting into the next American Civil War, because that seems to be our choices is neo-Nazis and far right-wing fascism versus communistic pedophile Jewish mentality. So, I don't know. Is it the big titty aunt? Is it the trannies? Is it the Mexicans? Is it the blacks? Is it the alien pedophiles? Is it all of them? Probably. Let's be honest, if a civil war breaks out, the only person you can trust is like I don't know. Sydney Sweeney's titties. That's like the one thing that you could trust in this world. They look natural. I'd hope they are. But if you're talking about a person, the only person you could probably trust in this world is I would say yourself, but I don't even think you should trust yourself. I think that you should completely not trust yourself so much that you disassociate from reality entirely in this next Civil War. I think you should disassociate from reality so much so that you become a schizophrenic. I think that with everything going on, you should just jump into the well, look into the darkness, open your eyes fully, and become a schizophrenic. Don't trust yourself. Trust the voices that you hear in the schizophrenia. Trust the voices. Trust God whispering to you in your ear. Do it. Smear the blood of the innocents on the walls. Trust that voice. Don't trust your voice that tells you to do moral things and help people. Don't do that. That's not the voice that you should listen to. That's not God. Jump into the schizophrenic well and become Charles Manson. Become Charles Manson. Do it. I started with the watch of the week and I got to Charles Manson. I'm so sorry to all of you. Motherfucking shit. Watch of the week. It was good though. It was a good watch of the week. You know why? Because it's better than your fucking stupid AP pocket swatch that I can't even get a hold of. One day I'm going to get a hold of it. One of these goddamn days. This is just kind of fun. I'm not going to lie to you. I got a little toy right here. I know it's history and I just talked about it being American history and all that stuff, but sometimes history can be a toy. That's why I have sex with old women. Boom, roasted. Just kidding. But you know what? Speaking of having sex with old women, you know who's not? Jay-Z. And you know what else he's not doing? Bringing a shitty watch to the party. Jay-Z wore an Audemars Piguet perpetual calendar, ultra thin, piece unique. You know what? Do you have to be a pedophile to have a watch collection this nice? Is that what the deal is? I don't want to become one. That's not what I feel like I envision my life going down. But like, Jay-Z's watch collection is immaculate, and he was hanging out with Harvey Weinstein and is mentioned in the Epstein files and was also alleged for molesting another 16-year-old at another point. That's not my point. My point is, I don't want to. How do I not be a pedophile and get the watch collection? I already had sex with an alien. I already gave birth to its children. What more do you want from me? Do I have to have reptile children next? Because there is a difference between the greys and the reptiles and the insectozoids and the nords. Don't you fucking get it twisted with your racist bigotries and all your self-righteous soapbox standing whatevers, you stupid human fucks. There are different species of aliens, and it's wrong of you to classify them all as aliens. Identify them. Call them by their proper pronouns. Say their names. Say their names! Insectozoids. Nords, Greys, Reptiles. There was a fifth one. I can't even fuck around. The Anunnaki. That's the other one. That's like the Egyptians and the people who harvest and the aliens that harvest gold for their atmosphere and shit like that. Where was I at? I was Watch of the Week. Jay-Z, and now I'm on the Anunnaki. DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled wore a Patek Philippe Grand Complication Celestial. Beautiful watch. Identified it the week before. Funny enough, that is the watch that I identified on the last episode. I didn't know it was for the white party. The white party is basically where all of the most, let's not say prestigious, but the most, there's a lot of rich people who like to fucking party. And they like to look nice when they do it, so basically, the idea is that you walk in wearing white, you walk out with stains. You're supposed to be clean, baby. You're supposed to look clean. I'm pretty sure most of these people are doing weird, dirty, occult butt stuff when they're at these places, but maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Carl Anthony Towns wore a Rolex Daytona yellow gold, or a Rolex Daytona rainbow with yellow gold. Beautiful watch, covered it before, not going to keep going into it. It's probably the only rainbow watch, though, that I've seen that's a real good watch that's not hand done that I would love. Logan Paul, Rolex Day-Date 40 Everrose Gold. He wore an olive. An olive is the olive green dial on a Day-Date. Usually a woman's watch. But whatever, especially with a diamond bezel, but not my thing. Not my shit. Kevin Durant wore a Vacheron Constantin overseas travel time with the chocolate dial. Wow. He came out with the big boy watch. Kevin Durant came to play. Central C, who is a British rapper. We don't support British rap in this bitch. Richard Mill, 3001 automatic winding with with what? Declutchable rotor. What? What the fuck do you mean declutchable rotor? What does that even mean? Oh my fuck it, what is a declutchable rotor? What? Is declutch rotor. I'm sorry, what the fuck is this? A declutchable manual override is a mechanical device that used on automatic industrial valves to switch between automatic and manual operation. No fucking way! You can switch between automatic and manual wound operation on this watch. I don't know if any of you understand, like, how badass that is on a timepiece with only a button and a crown. That's so fucking cool. I don't even like British rap. I don't like Richard Mille, but I respect the tech because, wow, that's crazy. Don't know who Todd Graves is? You are a Richard Mille 7201. Kevin O'Leary, of course, rocking 2 watches like usual, both in red. Kevin O'Leary wore an AP Royal Oak double balance wheel open work piece unique with a ruby set bezel. I don't want to say I like the watch because it's Kevin O'Leary, but I have to say it is a beautiful piece. That is... wow. The fact that they matched the leather to the ruby, I mean, that's beautiful. And the hour markers matches, I mean, that's gorgeous. Rolex off-catalog Daytona with diamonds and rubies. I hate Daytonas. I hate diamond set Daytonas. I'm not a big sports watch diamond set person, which ironically, because the AP Royal Oak is technically a sports watch and I just complimented it for having diamonds on it. That's not the point. I'm saying that the Daytona is shit with diamonds and these other watches look nicer with diamonds. Everyone else is doing it wrong. Michael Rubin, the guy who owned, or who's hosting the fucking party. He's a sports bettor. He's a $7.8 billion worth Jew guy who owns a few sports teams, and he hosts this party every year where he gets all the rich people together and they start jerking each other off in the closets so that way the cum can blend into their outfits and shit like that, and they send them home without anything. Whatever, that's not the point. He wore a god damn it, man. Of course he wore a nice watch. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Open Work Perpetual Calendar. But it's not just the fact that it's a perpetual calendar. It's the fact that he has gold screws, gold hour and minute hands, and gold seconds. And it looks like the fucking finishing on the balance wheel itself is gold. And it's ceramic. That's ceramic. That's fucking beautiful. I hate the fact that I like that. And you know what? Fuck you, Tom Brady. His watch collection is disgusting. Fuck Tom Brady and fuck Tom Brady's watch collection. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Flying Tourbillon only watch. Beautiful. Just kidding. I say every Audemars is beautiful, but the more I look at it, the more I don't like it. It's a full white ceramic with the main frame of the dial being in this fucking navy blue almost. White hour markers, white minute hands, white hour hands. This just doesn't do it for me. It just doesn't do it for me. Steve Stout, Rolex Daytona Barbie. Disgusting. It's a woman's watch. Goddamn faggot. Motherfucker. It's literally a Rolex Daytona with pink bezel, with a pink diamond bezel, pink fucking hour markers, pink dial, and a pink leather strap. It's pink to fuck out. Jake Paul with the Jacob & Co. Billionaire Ashoka. Fuck you, Jake Paul. Your watch collection is disgusting. I've said this before a million times. You have zero class. You are, whatever, horrible person. Quavo with the Rolex Cellini Moon Phase. This one surprised the fuck out of me. I don't think any of you understand how impressive it is to see not only a rapper at an event without diamonds on their wrist, but to see a rapper at an event without diamonds on their wrist and wearing a respectable dress watch that just says it for itself. And the Rolex Cellini Moon Phase is not the most perfect dress watch, but wow, with a brown leather strap, the little moon phase down there at the bottom, and second hands that goes. I mean, it keeps even the fucking calendar day. I mean, that's a gorgeous watch, and I'm pretty sure that's in chocolate gold, rose gold, whatever, chocolate gold. Lil Baby wore a fucking AP Royal Oak frosted double balance wheel, open work with the rainbow bezel. I've commented before, I love the watch. I've seen it on Serena Williams. I've seen it on Meek Mill. Great watch. Corey Gamble, of course. This nigga always got some big-ass fucking watch. Why he always got some big-ass watch? Is it because he's dating Kris Jenner or married to Kris Jenner? What is he to Kris Jenner? Is he dating her? Is he married her? I don't fucking know. The point is, this motherfucker's always got some badass watches on. Patek Philippe Grand Complication 5208-300P/010. God damn it, man. A salmon brush dial. Day chronograph, moon phase, Grand complication. It's got a minute repeater. And for those of you who don't understand what a minute repeater is, it tells you the fucking time in bells. It has bells in the watch and it goes ding, 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 ding. It goes fucking ding, ding, nigga, and it tells you the fucking time. It was made back in the like 1800s, back during when you had no desk clocks that you could fucking use. Back when they had this shit right here, when this is all you had. Of course, this isn't a minute repeater because I don't have that kind of money. But it was so that way all you had to do is go, what fucking day? It's like when you're leaving your fucking mistress's house at 4 a.m. and you're like, what fucking time is it? Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Oh shit, I've got to hurry. And then you fucking speed across town because, you know, it's 4:18 and you were supposed to be back by 4 a.m. and now your wife is going to hate you because you didn't come back to her and your 10 children and help fucking burp the 3 babies that you just had last week because you guys decided to have triplets. And you know what? Who am I to say anything? I just had sextuplets, if you can't see. So they're beautiful. They're coming along well. They seem to be doing good on their own. Where was I at? J Balvin, Audemars Piguet, Royal Oak, Perpetual Calendar, ultra thin with the sand brush dial, Arabic fucking hour markers. That's okay. I like it. That's okay. Kyle Kuzma with the FP Jorn Elegant Titelt Black Dial. Hate it. Travis Scott, Richard Mille 7501 Flying Tourbillon Sapphire. Hate sapphire cases. Travis, your watch collection is better than that. Come on now. I really, really don't like... Oh, excuse me. What the fuck, man? I really do not like sapphire cases. There's, like Nicki Minaj, Jay-Z, and a few other people have these sapphire Richard Milles, and they're just absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. You know what? Richard Mille fucks up a lot. They do. They really do. You know who else fucks up a lot? Our town. But you know what? They've done a few good things. They did a few good things that I want to commend them for before we get to next week's episode. Because next week, I'm going to do nothing but rip into the police force of Brevard County in the United States. Next week's episode, just as a heads up for you guys, is going to be called The Secret Life of Pigs. It's going to be all about the animal abuse and all about the pig abuse that goes on in this great community where they just sick dogs on people complying getting out of their cars, break young boys' arms backwards, and then just get to resign, where they get to flip cars drunkenly and then just resign in peace and nobody says anything, and it happens to be that no flock camera picked it up, even though there's like 50 of them in the town now. We're going to get to that later. But we did do one good thing. We banned the fucking AI data centers. That is the one thing that we did that was actually okay-ish here, because it doesn't benefit anyone. We're going to destroy the town. It's going to just become a hub of people who are repairing the AI data center and fixing NASA up, and then everyone else who got stuck here because they were too poor to actually leave the neighborhood. This is what gentrification looks like, by the way. Gentrification is not always just gay people at the park and rich black guys wearing suits and the fucking lesbian couple always hosting their friends over for caviar and salmon crust night, and fucking some yoga instructor living right next to a DJ on this really poor block with food trucks, and everybody just loves food trucks. Gentrification is not always this middle-class white utopia. Gentrification also looks like technological gentrification, where you outmode and you how do I say this? You remove the necessity and importance of the people who already made the community what it is, and you shove them out of the way and you stick a giant technological hub there, and you just slowly push them out until it's nothing but a bunch of tech guys who you've hired and brought in from out of the city in order to maintain all your shit. Gentrification looks like a lot more than just nice crosswalks and pride flags everywhere. It looks a lot more than just coffee shops on every corner, which we have coming up now. We've got 2 Pier 13s, 3 or 4 Black Cats. We've got 2 fucking Sunrise Coffee or Sunrise Bakeries. We've got fucking we've got Dutch Bros, 7 Brew, we've got Starbucks, we've got every gas station that gives you coffee. We are building every fucking chain restaurant off of one corner and intersection instead of actually going out of our way to develop and make the town any nicer. But you know what we did do? We banned the AI data center. So you know what? I'll give them one thing. I'll give them one thing. Oh, yeah, and we approved 100% stormwater fee increase because, you know what? Screw all of the... You know what? I'm not even going to get into this. In a packed regular meeting Monday morning... Holy shit. In a packed regular meeting Monday evening, the Titusville City Council took action on two major issues affecting residents. A unanimous vote to outright ban data centers within city limits. By the way, they're trying to put one now in Port St. John, which is just 3 minutes from here. I can fucking throw a rock probably and hit Port St. John probably in this fucking bitch. I can go and fucking hit the cops on the other side in that goddamn Port St. John jail. Literally the jail is 10 minutes away. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Just like Something Sweet. Shout out to Something Sweet, the best goddamn bakery on the goddamn East. Holy shit, man. Everything. Everything beautiful. You know, this area does have a few hidden gems. It's just surrounded by crackheads and drug addicts and hyper-religious bastards who want nothing to do with you if you're not part of their church, and cops who like to abuse you, and fentanyl. Well, it's not fent. We have a lot of meth and a lot of heroin. We don't really do the fent over here. Even our drug addicts don't want fent. You know why? Because we're not California yet. Getting there. Someday, baby. At this rate. Whew. Within city limits, a unanimous vote to advertise 100% increase to the city stormwater assessment fee for fiscal year 2027, because a lot of fucking things are happening. You know what? People's houses are flooding because we didn't take into account the fact that this infrastructure for this town was not made for more than 30 goddamn people in the city limits. So now we have people coming here and their houses are flooding and we don't do anything about it because we don't have the fucking money to do anything about it. Last year, when I was driving down Singleton, do you remember the rainy season last year? I drove down Singleton and I had a Chevy Silverado, and when I tell you the fucking rain was up to my door, the rain was up to my door, bitches. Motherfucking shit, the rain was up to my goddamn door on my Silverado. That's how bad it gets around here because we haven't made any of the culverts bigger, we haven't made any of the drainage systems more, how do I say this? Designed to where they actually drain and have proper flow. They get backed up so fucking easily because nobody clears them out and everybody just throws their fucking trash in it because everybody in this town seems to think it's a goddamn trash heap. Whatever. But at least they were able to increase the money for this and ban data centers. We're doing some good things. I'm trying to be positive and stay good till next week because, well, you know what? I have no other way to... I don't. It's all I can do. That's what this show is about, is positivity. Have you ever watched StormWatch and not thought, man, this is positive? Have you ever watched this show and not thought to yourself, man, this is calm and peaceful and enlightening and endearing and loving? This show is just about building people up. I have never gone out of my way to tear anyone down or insult anyone on this podcast. It's all about love. City manager Mr. Parrish opened the discussion by acknowledging a legal hurdle. Existing state law under Senate Bill 484 does not explicitly allow municipalities to prohibit data centers outright. However, he advised the council that the city could pursue specific zoning regulations or attempt an outright ban to protect communities' character and integrity. Yes, because we have so much integrity here in Brevard. Our officers, our fucking council people, the businesses here, Titusville is integrity. When you think Titusville, you think integrity. Vice Mayor Cole was among the most outspoken opponents, pointing to staggering statistics on the resource demand on modern AI-driven data centers. In other words, we ain't got enough to give, goddammit. Drawing electricity equivalent to 750,000 homes and consuming more than 1 million gallons of water per day. Those figures helped shift council's early discussion away from conditional use permit approach and toward a full ban. You know what was funny? I said this when the fucking, it's so hard not to itch new tattoos. When the Blue Origin shuttle exploded, I said that it would be kind of interesting if they use this as propaganda in order to try and push for a data center to be built here, or for them to further expand the fucking launch pads and stuff like that. It is very nice to see that the citizens of this town did not play into it and go, well, it's already dirty, we may as well just let them fucking ruin it more. We actually took a stand on something a little bit, and it's mostly the older people, because nobody in this town under the age of 30 is doing anything political, and if they are, they're usually these extremely glossy-eyed, liberal-minded, young folk who have the idea that they are going to do something, and then when they get in, they wind up becoming every other Titusville politician and accepting $3,000 bribes in order to pass whatever ordinances they need to help them with the long... Whatever. That's not my commentary anymore. We're not doing this. I only speak good things on this town. A number of members of the public addressed the council. Their arguments against the data centers centered on three main concerns: environmental degradation, risk to local wildlife habitats, water depletion, and air quality in Titusville area. Yes, the air is already shitty around here. We have 20,000 people in this town that goddamn smoke weed and cigars. The air over this town is smoke. We do not have air. There's no oxygen here. We inhale weed. We drink LSD from the water. We are reservoirs of the hippie revolution. We are MK Ultra incarnate. I'm telling you, this area is an MK Ultra experiment just brought to life. That's my thoughts on it. Oh, when you look at our atmosphere, it is green. Do you know why the town's atmosphere is green? It's weed. There's too many fucking drug addicts in this town. If you go over to Cocoa, there's more drug addicts. If you go to Merritt Island, there's more drug addicts. You go up to fucking Scottsmore, there's more drug addicts. And if you go to Port St. John, there's more drug addicts. North Brevard is a cesspool. But the air quality is what we're worried about. The water depletion, yes, we're already restricting our fucking water resources here in Florida. I think we've been letting in too many people, and I think we've been allowing for too much infrastructure building without consideration of future resources and maintaining the balance of the human, economic, and environmental ecosystems at play. We're not considering what was already there. We're only taking into account the next 3 steps for everyone that's coming in, not whatever. Utility stress. Fear that increased electrical and water consumption by data center would directly impact residential utility rates and availability. Yes, because the state has gotten hotter. Everyone's electric bill has gone up since the data centers have been put down here. I know my electric bill has gone up, especially with these... You know what a microclimate is, right? It's what happens when you have, let's say, a house or a large building or whatever the fuck it is that has so much general output, whether it's trees and they're putting out so much oxygen and moisture, or it's data centers and they're putting out so much heat, but you can burn a hole in the ozone layer just above a small area because of the heat and the microclimate that is there. You can ruin a small area. It doesn't have to just be a natural state climate. It can be a small climate of one area. Like if you go... Florida has many climates and fucking temperature zones and all that stuff. If you go from here in Titusville down to Hollywood and Miami, it's going to feel like you've entered a completely fucking different place. It's like 10 degrees fucking warmer. It's so much more humid. It's like... And then if you go fucking 2 hours north, it's going to be 5 to 10 degrees cooler. It's going to still be humid as all goddamn get out. But there's different environments for different zones. So, well, okay. Concerns about persistent industrial level noise around the clock, light pollution, and health effects tied to air quality degradation near such facilities. Yes. Yeah. I'm not even going to complain. I can talk shit all day on the goddamn city, but you know what? They do a few good things right. You know, we can't hire cops that are good. We can't fix anything around here. We can't keep things looking nice. We can't lower the drug addiction. We can't help any of the poor people. We can't stop any of the poor people from going homeless because of the fact that people are moving here and outsourcing and outpricing them on the houses. But we can ban AI data centers, and I like that. That is something. And you know what else we can do? We can stick with the theme of today and fucking catch 18 illegal immigrants detained in Brevard County during Operation Stone Garden. They caught 18 illegal aliens. They're not coming for my babies. They can go and get those goddamn Mexicano bastards all they want. They won't touch my babies. Don't ever talk to me or my children again, bastards. We can do a few. You know what? This would have been great for the 4th of July episode because you know what? Goddamn right, these people should have been kicked out of America. And you know what? It's even more beautiful that they wanted to come here to gain American freedom, and now we're kicking them out because they don't deserve American freedom. They deserve to go back to whatever fucking third world piece of shit, piece of country that they're from and rot there. Those goddamn bean-eating, border-hopping sons of bitches. But we didn't get to do that. We get to talk about the illegal aliens on the day that we're talking about illegal aliens because guess what? Technically, if aliens come here, they're still illegal. They're still illegal. You can say whatever you want. You can Talk all the shit you want about me being racist. Oh my God, why are you treating the other aliens differently? Why do you treat these aliens differently? I'm not treating them differently. I'm treating a Mexican like a goddamn reptile. That is how you treat things. You treat the Chinese the same way you treat the Nords. You treat the goddamn Polish the same way you treat the fucking insectozoids. You treat the Polish the same way you treat the insectozoids. A goddamn alien in your country is a goddamn alien in your country. Don't fucking come at me. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna treat these bitches just the same. It's gonna be like District 8. They will get a reservation. We don't even get our land back and they hold on, they don't even get a reservation. Fuck that shit. They're coming here and they want a reservation? They can go to another fucking country. Fuck that. Build them a goddamn reservation and the Native Americans don't even get their land back. What kind of bullshit is that? We're not giving black people their 40 acres and a meal. We're not giving natives their land back. We're not giving Mexicans a no border situation. We're not giving Canadians anything except shit. What is this world coming to if we give aliens a fucking reservation and none of those other things? The world is going to absolute dire straits. Dire straits. Luckily, I have a feeling if the aliens ever came here looking for a reservation, Titusville would ban them. And I like that. I like that. We're thinking ahead. We're thinking of us. Yeah, we weren't thinking of us for many of these years when we elected Wayne Ivey, and we weren't thinking of us for these many years when we had all these governors who were these mayors who were just signing over our fucking leases to shitty gas stations and pocketing whatever they could out of the deals. No, we weren't thinking about these things when we brought in Nazis and Jewish scientists in order to send rockets up into space. But we will think about the aliens. That's why we knocked out 18 of them and sent them right back to wherever they're from. Probably Panama. Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey announced in his latest 60-second crime update the deputies participating in Operation Stone Garden detained 18 individuals believed to be in the county illegally in Brevard County. So, Jeffrey Epstein was coming to this county and hanging out at Cocoa Beach for like 2 decades. For like 2 decades. You've been sheriff for like 30 years, 40 years. You've been 40 years in the law. You have been in the law longer than Epstein was coming here to Cocoa Beach. But you couldn't stop that, but you can stop these illegal aliens. You know what? I support it to a degree. I do. I think we should be building the big, beautiful Brevard Wall, and I think that if the big, beautiful Brevard Wall were erected, we wouldn't be kicking out this many illegal aliens. And don't you be looking at my children. I just birthed them on American soil, and they are upholding birthright citizenship, which means these are U.S. citizens. Isn't that right, kids? Don't be shy. One of them is actually named Shy. I'm pretty sure that's scared. This is sad. This is shy. Don't be shy. Well, it's shy, so don't be... Whatever. You get the fucking point. The operation was carried out in coordination with federal and state law enforcement partners as part of ongoing immigration enforcement efforts. Operation Stone Garden is a federally supported initiative that provides funding and resources to local law enforcement agencies to assist with border security and immigration-related operations. In Brevard County, the program has been used to support targeted enforcement efforts on major roadways and in collaboration with agencies including U.S. Immigration and U.S. Enforcement, U.S. Customs, and including U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, a.k.a. ICE. Man, speaking of ICE, I could use a margarita. Have any of you guys ever thought of the irony of ice in a margarita? Ice in a Spanish drink? Just saying. Homeland Security Investigations, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and the Florida Highway Patrol. What does Florida Highway Patrol have to do with anything? This just gives Wayne more fucking, authority on the goddamn highway with his super speeder program bullshit. Sheriff Wayne Ivey has previously said illegal immigration affects communities far beyond the nation's borders and has emphasized the importance of partnerships between local, state, and federal agencies in identifying and detaining individuals who are in the country unlawfully. But it does not go out of its way to identify cops who are doing illegal things here in the county. Just as a heads up. The Brevard County Sheriff's Office has been actively involved in several immigration enforcement initiatives in recent years, including Operation SHIELD and broader multi-agency operation throughout the county. According to Sheriff Ivy, the 18 individuals detained during Operation Stone Garden are being processed through established immigration enforcement procedures and will be handled in coordination with federal authorities. Additional details about the detainees, including their identities and countries of origin, were not immediately released. You know what? Send them to Alligator Alcatraz. Send them to Alligator. You know what? I know that we said we're shutting it down, but revive it. Revive it. Alligator Alcatraz should be a staple of Florida. Why are we not making more money off of these people's pain? Why are we not they came here illegally and are making our poor sheriff suffer through all this work and hard effort and ache. God damn. Like, they could be out stopping speeders and they're stopping illegal immigrants instead? What, like, are they even considering the community? Is anyone even considering the community? He could be out stopping super speeders, but instead he's stopping illegal aliens. That's a shame. That's a goddamn shame. I never thought that I would see such blatant racism from our own sheriff. He seems like such an upstanding man. Have any of you ever heard anything bad about Sheriff Wayne Ivy? No, of course not. That man is he is the community. Without Wayne Ivy, we don't have Brevard. I want you to think about that when you're sitting at home listening to this all high and mighty in your fucking house and you're smoking your weed and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, well, fuck you. Have any of you even done a fraction of the things that he's done for this community? No. Goddamn not. You probably would have supported Jeff. You probably would have supported the fucking warlocks. You probably would have supported the AI data centers. Bastards. I don't know what his stances are on any of that, by the way. I just fucking love tagging that motherfucker in. Oh my god, man. You know what? Speaking of good things that Brevard County is doing for a change, just trying to do things right. Palm Bay father sentenced to 38 years in prison for death of 12-year-old son Noah Godleski. You know what? Look at that kid. I would probably kill him too. If that was my son, that little fucker got chiclet teeth. That fucker has some like gum teeth. Have you guys ever seen like the little Trident chiclets? Hey, he got that for his fucking teeth. That boy got a mega mind dome on him. That poor little buck-toothed boy wasn't going to make it anywhere in this world but getting some poor bitch pregnant out in Palm Bay. God damn, son. I think he saved this kid. Now, of course, we don't condone child murder or anything like that, but I mean, it's Brevard. We just had a 12-year-old get shot 6 months ago. We had another baby die under suspicious whatever, and nobody investigated any further. Kids die. Kids die. Come on. What are you going to do? There was a daycare woman who was whooping the kids. Bing, 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 bing. You guys saw the meme. It's just... fuck them kids sometimes. Okay, you know what? And if it's not fuck them kids, let me appeal to your morals. And I want you to think about this. Do you want to bring your kid into such an awful world? Into such an awful world? With Chinese communists and... excuse me. And Russian warmongers and Jewish pedophiles and American capitalists and Haitian dog eaters and French butt people and goddamn Colombian cocaine dealers. Do you want to bring your baby into this world with some multicolor-haired bitch up the road who's going to tell you that you called her the wrong pronouns? Do you want to bring a baby into this world? I just brought 5 into this world, so really just make sure you consider these things. Because sometimes it's fuck them kids, but also sometimes it's, are you ready to bring a life into this world? I just brought 5 into this world without even really thinking about it. I had no choice. I was kind of raped by the alien. It was like, I was getting out of my truck one night and I forgot to turn on the porch light, and I was just getting back from the farm. I was getting back from the farm. That's what we're going to call it, the farm. And I got out of my truck. And I looked on the roof and I saw this thing. It looked like this 10-foot tall gray being squatting down, staring at me with eyes the size of my head. And it was just staring. It just stared. It was like Erica Kirk staring, just staring at me, just steely-eyed, staring at me. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh shit, what do I do? So I tried running for the fucking door. but it jumped down on me and it held me down, and I like was laying on my back. It pinned me down on my back, and my legs were in the air. My legs were like in the air, and it just like raped me. Yeah, it was like this. It held me back and raped me. And then I got pregnant with its babies. And because of the fact that they made it to where you can't get alien abortions and stuff like that here in Brevard County, I had to have his babies. Now, I don't even know if it's a he, because apparently some species reverse breed like seahorses. So I don't know if it was a him or a her or an it or an amorphous ethereal being that impregnated me. I don't know. This is kind of one of those miracle moments. I just gave birth to 5 Jesuses, so I think I one-upped the Bible. That is one thing I'll say. I took Jesus' story and I one-upped it. I got 5 of you, so not saying I'm better, but statistically speaking, Jesus only gave Mary one. God only gave Mary 1 Jesus. That alien gave me 5 little grays. Not saying I'm better than Jesus or God, or that the alien is better than God. But what I'm saying is, think about it. Where was I at? Jason D. Godleski has been sentenced to 38 years in state prison for the abuse and neglect that led to the death of his 12-year-old son Noah in their Palm Bay home in October 2021. 12 years old. That's a grown man in Japan. Why is he not working the fields? You know what? Maybe if this child was actually out doing something for himself, he wouldn't have got whooped to death. Do these kids ever come back from school and think about the hardship and strain that their parents go through? No. They just ask stupid fucking questions like, when's dinner? I haven't eaten in 48 hours. How do you know what 48 hours is? I didn't even hit you that hard. Keep going and I'm going to give you something to cry about. But I'm hungry and you hit... Where was I at other than abusing the children? I was talking about something else. Godleski, 12-year-old son. Oh yeah, why was this child not working? If this child was out working and bringing home money, he might have not beat his kid to death. Maybe he went into debt and he was trying to save his child from having to have it collected by the mob. Maybe the Italians, maybe it was the Cubans. Maybe they were after him. Maybe the fucking mafia was after him and he's like, oh my God, they're going to kidnap my son and then they're going to kill my son. I have to save him from the cartel. So he shoots his kid. Well, I don't actually know what he did to his kid. Let's see. Godleski, 38, entered a no-contest plea July 8th as part of an agreement with the state attorney's office. He pleaded to charges including second-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, and child neglect causing great bodily harm. Second-degree murder? That means he didn't intend to murder the kid. What did he do? Can I get more info? Prosecutors Julia Lynch. Okay. You can't be a prosecutor named Lynch. That's wrong. Some part of that is wrong and you know it's wrong. You cannot be named Lynch and be a prosecutor. What are you doing? You're damning them to the noose? Fucking shit. You can't. Prosecutor Julia Lynch. You know what? Lynch that bitch. Lynch that motherfucker. Goddamn right. Prosecutors Julia Lynch and Samantha Barrett have been prepared to take case to trial on first-degree murder and related child abuse charges beginning August 31st. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, excuse me. Colicky motherfucker. According to Palm Bay police investigators, Godleski brutally beat Noah with a baseball bat as punishment for misbehaving before forcing him into a laundry room where the child was left locked inside. I think a baseball bat is a little extreme. You probably could have gotten away with, like, a metal spatula or something like that. You could have gotten away with, like a tennis racket. Like, maybe a putter. Why did it have to be a baseball bat? God damn, son. Was it metal? That's not the point. Did you at least hit a home run during it? Was it first, second, third base, or was it out of this park? Did you look at your son while he's sitting there and you just went, all right, boy, I'm tired of you. Tired of your shit. You ain't bringing enough money home. You look like your stupid fucking mother in the eyes, and I never wanted to marry that stupid bitch. This is Brevard County, by the way. This is all actually probably accurate. I never wanted to marry that stupid bitch. He's like 5 drinks in, and they're not even good. He's had not 5 drinks in the last hour. He's been drinking Busch Light since 8 a.m. because he is a Palm Bay, Brevard County father, which means he's been drinking Busch Light since 8 a.m. and he's 5 drinks in the last hour. It's probably like 3 p.m. It's 4 p.m. His child just got back. Boy, I'm so tired. Dad, please stop. Please. I don't even play baseball. Where did you get the bat? You didn't play baseball. Never mind where I got the bat, boy. You ready for this? Hold on. That was a terrible baseball swing and hit. Home run! And you just see the boy like anime fly just right onto his back. And then it's like in the fucking Shining, he just drags his son across the house and locks him in the laundry room. And swap the fucking load when you're done. I got the darks in the washer. I don't want them sitting too long. This is Brevard County. I imagine all of this. This is actually very accurate. You can ask my cousin. He's right here. Is that not accurate? Yeah. That's about right. All of those things. And the mother, by the way, she's addicted to pills. She's addicted to pills. She's good at work. She works at one of these motels over here. He works at a gas station. They're barely able to provide. They're in one of these project houses. She's addicted to like fucking Xanax, and she has to buy extra prescriptions every month from her local dope man. And there's plenty of that. And the dad is an alcoholic, round the clock, 24/7 alcoholic who got fired from a construction job because he was hammered on the job and fell off the crane, broke his back, and now all he can do is stand behind a counter because that's the only thing he's fucking good for. And the mother, she didn't break herself or anything. She's just been addicted to pills since she was 18 years old because she had you when she was 16 and she had no other choice how to deal with reality other than to take the pills and have this child. And that's how we got here. Rather than seeking medical treatment, investigators said Godleski and his living girlfriend Samariel R. What the fuck are these names? Samariel R. Dubose packed up their 3 other children and traveled to Connecticut, leaving Noah alone in the home. You know what? That's a 75% good parenting rate. Yeah, you beat one to death, but the other 3 are alive. That's a 75% passing rate. At any school, that's good. At any American public school, that is a good passing rate. Now, I'm not saying you should have beat your child to death. No one should attack their children. No one should beat children. Unless it's a situation like what I described, where he came back and he was being disrespectful because he's not bringing home enough money because he's 12 years old and he should be out working, the ungrateful bastard. I come home and I put food on this table. Yeah, I broke my back during the construction incident, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad father. That doesn't mean just because I drink all day that I'm a bad guy. Just because I have a little bit of an anger problem does not make me a bad guy. And just because my stupid bitch wife is addicted to pills does not mean that she's a bad mother. You're not allowed to talk shit about your mother. I'm allowed to talk shit about that stupid bitch. I married her. You didn't. I did. Keep talking shit about her and I'll whoop your ass. And where was I at? Sorry, I got like really, it was like war flashbacks. That felt like war flashbacks of living in MIMS. Felt like goddamn living in MIMS again. But to be fair, a 75% passing rate is not bad. Epstein would have done away with all 4 of the children. So, you're not doing the worst as far as parents go, you're just not doing the best. You're not supposed to let any of the fish die, but you got 3 of them to land. Several days later, Godleski returned to Florida and walked in the Palm Bay Police Department to report that his son had passed away in his sleep. Away in his sleep? He was locked in he probably fell asleep next to the dryer for warmth. That's sad. That's so sad. When officers responded to the residence, they discovered Noah's body still inside the laundry room. Investigators found the child had suffered severe upper body trauma, and the Brevard County medical examiner determined he had been dead for several days before the authorities were notified. He should have just fucking John Wayne Gacy'd it and dug a crawl space under his house and buried his son there. Or he could have done the old Weekend at Bernie's and like propped his son up on his arm, got a few family photos, just, hey, pose with your fucking brother, but he's dead. Stop crying and make you look real. And then you get some fucking family photos with him, and then you go on a hike, but all of a sudden this hike is up in like Georgia or something, and you're carrying your dead son in the back, and then you go up to a cliff, and then your guy's like, let's get a photo, and then all of a sudden, oh no! And then your son is taken care of in a manner that does not allow for them to determine really many things. Like, if he's scattered there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there, how are they going to determine his cause of death? I think the cause of death will be determined as splatter. That nigga exploded. He done exploded it. What is with today in child murders, by the way? That's what this episode is themed around. Well, not really. Well, it's just one child murder. The other one is a fucking grown man murder. Why is murder so common nowadays? Whatever. Passed away in his sleep. That is the craziest part about this. His son was laying in there dead. He probably didn't even check. He just went and kicked his foot, saw his son just like move a little bit when he kicked his foot, and he's like, yeah, we're going to the cops. Jesus Christ. Prosecutors also alleged that Noah had been starved prior to the fatal beating. Well, why am I going to waste food on something I'm beating to death? No. Okay, I know you guys are thinking that this is sadistic, but hear me out. If I'm ordering fillets for my children that I love, why am I going to order a fillet for the child that I clearly don't love? The one that I clearly have no desire to keep alive. I'm going to starve it. I'm sorry, it's going to go. It's got to go. It's got to go. It's like when you know you're going to throw a plant out and you don't want to just you don't just want to throw it away while it's still green, so you set it outside in the sun for a little bit to dry out, so that way you can go and throw it in your compost garden. Not saying that he should have had a compost garden for his son's dead body, but there's ways to do this. At the time of his death, the 12-year-old weighed just 62 pounds, placing him in the bottom 5th percentile for boys his age. Investigators noted that photographs taken inside the home showed the family's refrigerator stocked with food, but he hated the kid. What do you do if you have a favorite kid and a least favorite kid? Do you starve the kid to death? Do you tell it you wish it were its brother? Do you make it live in the shadow of its other siblings while you constantly praise the others for being good and the other one lives in a Harry Potter style closet? What is good parenting nowadays? Please, no, seriously, tell me, because I got 5 little ones now I need to really consider in this situation. I knocked one over. I don't think you're supposed to do that when you got kids. But it's okay. Dubose, 35, was previously sentenced in 2023 to 30 years in state prison after pleading guilty to aggravated manslaughter of a child, aggravated child abuse, and child neglect causing great bodily harm for her role in Noah's death. He was targeted child in the household, prosecutor Julia Lynch said following Wednesday's sentencing hearing in Vieira. Well, I guess you could say this woman lynched these people. With today's sentencing, both caregivers have been held accountable. In addition to a 38-year prison sentence, Circuit Judge Steve Henderson ordered Godleski to serve 15 years of supervised probation following his release from prison. Godleski received credit for approximately 3 years already served in Brevard County Jail while awaiting trial. Because Florida does not have parole, Florida does not have parole. He is expected to remain incarcerated until his early 70s before becoming eligible for release under terms of his sentence. By the time he's 70, the only thing he's going to be able to do with kids is touch them. And I think he's not even going near one after that. He's going to be addicted to man butt. A lot like the furry that shot Charlie Kirk, who's addicted to man butt, because allegedly it was some fucking gay furry guy, tranny furry guy or whatever that shot Charlie Kirk. It wasn't Israel. It wasn't AIPAC. It wasn't any of his former Republican constituents that he turned against. It wasn't anything he was speaking out against. It wasn't the fact that he was speaking against the Iran war or anything like that. It was this gay, trans, furry guy who's addicted to butt, specifically Charlie's. Erica Kirk comes face-to-face in court with husband's alleged killer. The family of Charlie Kirk and his widow Erica have come face-to-face in court for the first time with the U.S. conservative active's alleged killer. Alleged. You know they can't even... This is in court. My prediction is that he's going to die in jail. But that's like my thing, is I've been making a lot of predictions lately and they come kind of true. I think he's going to die in jail. I think that there's going to be somebody on the inside who loved Charlie so much and can't stand that he's in there with him and he's just like, like the fucking, what happened to Jeff and what's going to happen to, I don't think it's going to happen to Ghislaine. She seems to be set up in a cushy jail cell right now and all this other stuff. But the point is, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, it's not like just a jail cell thing where it's just like, where he was going for the neck with his hands. He went for his neck with a bullet. The family of prosecutors in Utah laid out their evidence for the murder case against Tyler Robinson, 23, on Monday. He's not Tyler anymore. We're just going to call him Robinson. The hearing, which is set to continue all week, is set to determine whether Robinson will stand trial. Kirk, a key ally of U.S. President Donald Trump and founder of youth organization Turning Point USA, was fatally shot on 10 September 2025, 6 days before my birthday. Sad. You know what I did for my birthday? I cried. I cried when Charlie died. I cried when angels deserve to die. All I'm saying is, maybe he was an angel. What if Charlie is what Jesus looked like? Wasn't Charlie Jewish? I know he was a Christian guy, but wasn't he like one of those Jewish descended Christian choosing guys where it's like, yeah, I'm white, but I want to be black type of deals. Do you know what I mean? So he just chose to be that. Or you get what I'm saying. The point is, where was I at? There was no point. Apparently there was no point to this other than Robinson is not allowed to use my name anymore. I think he's going to die in jail, and Charlie Kirk could look like Jesus technically. Although I'm under the great impression that Jesus looked a lot like Benjamin Netanyahu. I think Gigi looked a lot like Bibi. Do with that info what you will. Or he looked like Ben Shapiro. Okay, look. Hypothetically speaking, it could be possible that Jesus actually looked like Ben Shapiro. Do you know what it could be? Picture this as my Jewish hat. My yarmulke. Kirk, a key ally, Turning Point USA, was fatally shot on 10 September 2025 as he spoke on the campus of Utah Valley University, kicking off an intense manhunt. Robinson was arrested days later on a slew of charges, including murder. He has not entered a plea. Prosecutors in the case are seeking death penalty. During their first appearance in court since the case began, Kirk's family were joined by President's son, Donald Trump Jr. The family of Kirk, 31-year-old father of two, released a statement on local media in advance of Monday's proceedings, which are scheduled to last through Friday. And they're not going to make any of it public because they want to make it very clear that this was a behind the scenes deal. That this is not there's too much info involved in this for us, the dumb people of the general public, to know what's going on there. Or is it? Every court proceeding serves as a painful reminder of his death and his loss and has irrevocably impacted our lives and the lives of his children, said a statement from Erica Kirk. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, Morty. God damn it, Morty. These burps, Morty. Ugh, they're terrible. I just gotta say, it's funny. She went from doing Undertaker halftime shows to crying on stage about her dead husband. Maybe she is grieving. But I've never seen anyone grieve with sparklers. I know I said I want people to throw a party for me when I die, but Charlie doesn't seem like the guy who would say something like that. And if he was, I think he would be more considerate of his girlfriend Candace, making sure that she was there. Kirk's parents, Robert and Catherine, and his sister Mary, they thank people for the outpouring of prayers, kindness since Kirk's death. Out of respect for the judicial process, we will not be commenting further at this time. We ask for continued privacy as we navigate through the process and immense grief. New footage, evidence, and witness testimony was presented during the hearing, including surveillance footage that the law enforcement showed Robinson on the Utah school's campus 4 times the day of the shooting, including hours after Kirk's death. So he treated the campus like a revolving door the day he shot Charlie? He's just like, not good. And then he walks out the front door. Not the time. Walks out the front door. Shoots him. Still comes back just... Yeah, that's good. And then he walks out the front door again. It's like a fucking hotel lobby. It's like assassinating someone in a hotel lobby. That's what this makes it sound like. 4 times that day, including hours after Kirk's death, because a murderer always goes back to the scene of the crime. The preliminary hearing acts as a way for a judge to decide whether prosecutors have enough evidence to present their case before a jury at trial. Both prosecutors and Robinson's defense team questioned witnesses who took the stand throughout hours-long hearing. Excuse me, I think I'm swallowing air every time I inhale. Hours-long hearing. It offered a peek at what Robinson's defense could entail, as it remained a mystery due to his lack of plea to the charges. His lawyers reportedly questioned footage presented how Robinson was identified as a suspect in security at school. Holy shit, that I read that like I was having a stroke. Jesus Christ. Hi, Declan. That's my dog. Secret Life of Pets. His life is just, hey, no stitches. He just had surgery. I'd show him to you, but he just had surgery. Don't stretch out too much, big guy. They put drains in his fucking armpit. The dude looks just deformed. He looks like he got Cronenberged. My poor boy. God damn, he looks like a fent addict just with the needle sticking out of him right now. You know what? I'm not any better. I look like a fucking tinfoil dildo. I look like something that a woman uses to douche her asshole and then only does it one time because of how extreme it was. Where was I at from douching assholes? Oh yeah, Kirk's death. His lawyer reportedly questioned the footage presented, how Robinson was identified as suspect in security at the school. In previous hearings, his lawyers have sought to exclude various evidence that asked Judge Tony Graff to take the death penalty off the table. Kirk was addressing a crowd under a tent of 10... Wow. Kirk was addressing a crowd from under a tent on 10 September as part of an American comeback tour of college campuses, during which he invited attendees to debate him. By the way, his wife was doing an entire press tour taking photos with people under the... You could take photos underneath the tent in which Charlie Kirk got shot. Some people think that it was an explosive that he had in his mic that just blew up and launched down into his chest cavity, which could also be true. Not saying that that is real, but I'm not saying it's not real. You know what I mean? For all I know, it is real. Is real. You know what I mean? A shot rang out as he was speaking about gun violence. Kirk slumped over at the side. Chris Bagley, one of our law enforcement witnesses expected to take the stand during the week-long hearing, had been stationed on a building above. It realized from the noise that it had come from a rifle, not a handgun. In court on Yes, his ears are so perfect. During that situation, he's just... It's like a car guy. A fucking car drives by and he's like... Yeah, that's a 97 Honda Civic with the fucking muffler edition, and oh, you can smell the exhaust coming from a mile away. Fucking car guys. That's how gun guys are too, apparently. But he said he discovered suspicious evidence leading him to believe it might not be the right suspect. Oh, I wonder why. Oh, wait, hold on. In court Monday, he described a chaotic scene of people, and they took him into custody. Bagley said he found a screwdriver and Bagley said he found a screwdriver and an impression in gravel on a roof indicative of a sniper. Then he viewed security footage showing an individual dropping down and escaping from the area. This is just kind of like the JFK assassination. That's what this is. This is just the JFK assassination 2.0. I'm not saying that Charlie Kirk is JFK, but Charlie Kirk is basically JFK in this scenario. He is a awkwardly handsome-looking, tall, white, Christian nationalist guy who loves his country and God. And he got shot in the neck. This man got shot in the neck. This man got shot in the neck more times than Freddie Mercury giving a blowjob. Goddamn right. He described a telling impression the suspect had left behind. I could see the disturbance on the ground. Okay, it's just giving his hearing. It's the same things we already know. It's like, this kid ran away, but I don't know. It could not be him. How was he able to run away and do the screwdriver thing and take apart the gun and do all the other thing? I don't know. You fucking tell me, motherfuckers. You're the experts, and now it's all up to speculation? Why is everything speculative nowadays? I can't even fucking say that the U.S. released UFO footage without being like, allegedly. Allegedly, they released alien footage. Literally, fucking motherfucking shit. This man is being sentenced for murder, and I can get in trouble because I make jokes about him murdering somebody on my podcast. You know how sick that is? It's as sick as a fucking fent addict. Thank God we don't have any of that. But you know what we do have? Massive importations of other drugs, like meth and heroin. Massive drug operation of Florida church property leads to 50 plus arrest warrants. 50 shots, baby. 50 shots in these hoes. What is it? There's 50 shots by fucking mask off. Fucking NBA Youngboy, and there was 50 shots by Pooh Shiesty. I'm pretty sure that's who it was. They all did 50 shots, and they all got shot in the asshole, and that's why they're in jail. Holly Hill, Florida. A major multi-agency law enforcement operation Tuesday morning targeted an alleged drug trafficking organization investigators say is linked to multiple shootings and overdose deaths across Volusia County, including a raid at the property of Greater Harvest Ministries Church in Holly Hill. They're using a church? You're telling me God-fearing people are doing drugs? People of the church, of the Holy Church, are doing bad things? Since when? Since when? I have never heard of a priest molesting a child's butthole. I have never heard of a group of fucking acolytes in a church going and doing drugs together. I have never heard of any church doing anything inappropriate in this county or in this country. Churches are upstanding people just like Wayne Ivey. Our fucking cops and our churches are upstanding. That's why Sheriff Grady Judd was able to allegedly rape a young lady in one of these churches in fucking, Polk County or whatever the fuck he's the sheriff of. Allegedly. You can't just go accusing people of things nowadays, even if it's in a satirical, joking manner, because guess what? People like to sue. Like Erica Kirk, they like to sue. The operation, dubbed Operation Holy Roller, stemmed from a long-term narcotics investigation and included the execution of 10 search warrants and more than 50 arrest warrants throughout Holly Hill, Daytona Beach, and Ormond Beach, according to Volusia County's office, to Volusia Sheriff's Office. This is north of us. By about 40 minutes. You know what that means? That means there's people in this town without their drugs. That means the drugs were coming here. You know what? That's sad. I'm all for people doing drugs. I think we should have more people doing drugs. I think that if you, by the age of 35, have not had a needle sticking out of your arm while you're sitting there going, in your fucking seat, you're not an American adult. Are you an American adult if some of your teeth are not rotted out from the amount of meth you're smoking in the glass pipes? Are you an American if you haven't had to have reconstructive nose surgery because of the amount of cocaine you've done? Are you an American if your face isn't wrinkled and your liver destroyed and your kidney needs to be replaced because of the alcohol you've had? Are you an American if you're not doing that? We're depriving our good citizens of drugs, and I can't condone it. You know what? In the war on drugs, I'm for drugs. I'm on the side of drugs. And I think drugs is winning. One of the primary targets was the Greater Harvest Ministries property at 1301 Center in Holly Hill, where sheriff's deputies, SWAT personnel, and other law enforcement partners saved a search warrant early Tuesday. Holly Hill? That's only north of here, like 30 minutes. That's like just under New Smyrna, right? That's above Edgewater area. We're edging the water in this area, if you will. Sheriff Mike Chitwood said investigators believe the property was being used as headquarters by an organization known as Cutthroat Killers. Well, it's interesting to go from Charlie Kirk being assassinated in his throat to the Cutthroat Killers. Throat. Coincidence? I think. But you never know. There's irony there. You know, it's beautiful to think how God works. I don't plan any of this out. This wasn't something where I was like, read the article, tie this together. It just happened to be that I joked about Charlie getting shot in the neck and these people cutting throats. There's more throat in this episode than I even planned for. And the sad part is, I'm not getting any. Well, not getting shot in the neck or anything. I don't want that. The other kind of throat. You know, like giraffe. Get that neck just... What we were able to do is secure 10 search warrants for properties today that we have over 50 arrest warrants for a group that calls themselves the Cutthroat Killers, Chitwood said during the operation. Video released by the sheriff's office showed tactical teams surrounding the church property and ordering occupants to exit before officers forced entry and Excuse me. I'm empowered by the spirit of fucking Rick today, and I'm just burping up everything I own. Is this actually, hold on. I didn't do this earlier. I want to see if it's still going. I don't think any of you understand how beautiful that is. It's a 107-year-old pocket watch. You hear that? Fucking astounding. Sorry, my ADHD is just... I saw it in front of me and I had to do something. Video released by Sheriff's Office showed tactical teams surrounding church property and ordering occupants to exit before officers forced entry and detained individuals inside. You know what? It's not the first time any of our officers has forced entry. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, rape, rape. While standing outside Greater Harvest Ministries, Chitwood criticized the alleged use of church property for criminal activities. You know, I've been trying to buy a church. I would not only love to run my own church one day, I think I'd be a great minister. Father Storm. I think I would be a great church leader. I do. I think that my Stormites, think about it. Would you like to follow me into the new coming era? Would you like to live through the Holy War and come out the other side in the land of milk and honey? Follow me. Follow me, my brothers, sisters, and children of God. Follow me, and I will lead you to the Holy Land. I will lead you to Yahweh. I will show you the truth, the light, and everything that is in between. The point is I want to buy a church. These people are able to use a church to sell drugs out of, but I can't buy a church to actually live out of? You know how fucking crazy that is? I've never seen a church up for sale except a few times, and only other churches buy them. Is there like a church dating website where it's like Church Mingle? Something like that? Christian Mingle, but it's just the churches are just like, oh, I want to buy you. What do you mean you want to buy me? I want to come into you and I want to buy you. I want to buy like everything about you. I want to worship inside you. I want to like remove the things that you have there and I want to worship inside of you. Because you know they're coming in and they're renovating things. Lord knows I'd go in and I'd renovate things. The point is I'm jealous. Why do these criminals get to sell drugs out of a church and I can't live in one? This is a church on Sunday that is tax exempt. I'm sure this is being used as a headquarters by a bunch of thugs, Chitwood said. We're going to hit this place real hard and real fast. We're going to hit it hard and fast, baby. Authorities said the investigations identified suspects allegedly connected to approximately 3 overdose deaths in Oak Hill, Coke Hill, and New Smyrna Beach, which is just north of us. Both of these 30 and 40 minutes respectively each. As well as non-fatal overdose in Edgewater. Again, 20 minutes north of us. Investigators also linked members to the... Sorry, the aliens are communicating through me. There's too many fucking signals going on in here. My brain. I put on the tinfoil hat to try and keep them out of my head, and it only seems like it just amplified the signal. It's like a lightning rod just right through the dildo and into my brain. Investigators also linked members of the group to multiple shootings in Daytona. They are responsible for about 3 overdose deaths ranging from Oak Hill and New Smyrna, and 1 overdose where the person survived in Edgewater, Chitwood said. They're responsible for a couple shootings in Daytona. I just read all that. Why do you make me read the thing and then read the quote? Fuck you. The sheriff said investigators specifically targeted what they described as the organization's headquarters at the Greater Harvest Ministries property. We're headed to the church headquarters today of the Cutthroat Killers, which is a church today. Okay, they just keep saying the shit over and over again. What's the last paragraph got to say? The sheriff's office said the operation was conducted alongside Daytona Beach Police Department Operation Icebreakers 2 and included assistance from the FBI, Homeland Security Investigations, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and East-West Volusia Narcotics Task Force, DNET, and the Overdose Task Force, SWAT teams of Volusia, Flagler, Seminole, and Brevard County Sheriff's Offices, and the Southeast Volusia Regional SWAT Team and Holly Hill Police Department. There was a lot of fucking people. There was a lot of fucking people involved. There was a lot of pigs being used to take down these wild coyotes. And they fucking did it. Goddamn right. Hoof to mouth. Goddamn right. Came in and fucking silenced them bastards. You know what? I think that's part of the motto is if we had the big beautiful Brevard Wall, we could keep out all the aliens. We could keep out the illegal aliens. We could keep the aliens from bringing drugs into this community. We could keep the aliens from having to be recorded by the US government and then be released in little bits and pieces and all this other stuff for us to determine what the fuck is actually going on. But you know what? Before we get to any of this, I gotta go feed my babies, my alien babies. We'll be right back, motherfuckers. Welcome back, Earthlings. And before we get to your White House's release of my family and friends' photos from their last week's catalog, I just want to cover the UFC event that happened the other week. What a disappointment in your Earth terms. What a disappointment in even my out of this Earth alien terms. Oh, disappointment, disappointment. Holy shit. I gotta say, you know what? From the White House event, that's how we train. That's from the White House event to this was one of the biggest disappointments I've ever seen. The card itself was fantastic until the end. It was like watching It Chapter 2. You had a beautiful fucking, like, first and like hour and 45 minutes, and then the last 5-10 minutes you rape it, you molest it, you stab it, you shoot it, you impregnate it, you like ink draw all over it, you sacrifice it to ball in front of everyone. It's fucking disgusting. This UFC card, man, I got in just after I got my tattoos, by the way. Fucking just wanted to show these off again. Right after I got my tattoos, we got back. It was 9-something p.m. I got in at the last fucking 30 seconds of the King Green and Terrence McKinney fight. Terrence McKinney had King Green locked up on the fucking ground. And somehow he managed to fucking stand up, swing around, get him with a liver shot, drop this motherfucker on the cage. This nigga jumps on him and drops him so fucking fast that it becomes a knockout with only 2 seconds left on the fucking card. Everyone says the fight was rigged. Very good possibility. I'm not even gonna fucking, like, who am I kidding if I fucking say otherwise? For all I know, they took fucking money on the fight, and this is all their fucking thing. You can rig almost any fight here in the US because they're all businesses. They're businesses, and businesses are allowed to do, you know, crazy things. That's why nobody watches boxing and fucking baseball anymore, because they're all rigged at some level. But the point is, in the last 2 or 3 seconds, we see this fucking liver shot knockout. Beautiful start to the fucking main card. Beautiful fucking start to the main card. I didn't watch any of the prelims or the early prelims, so I'm a little bit upset. I would have liked to see, yeah, Robert Whittaker won. Hell yeah, Gable Stevenson. I like to see it. I don't know any of the rest of you. Oh, Cody Garbrandt lost, of course, because he was good at one point. Then he got the face tattoo. And just like every rapper, once they get a face tattoo, they start descending and descending and descending and descending until they start sounding like leaned out little pieces of shit that have nothing going for them. And it sounds like a crypt opening up every time their mouth opens. Just kind of like Lil Wayne. It's just like zombies in the fucking late 70s movies. You know what I mean? Just but they're leaned out instead of Fent where they're just like it's them with a hey. Sorry. We had some black guy yelling here in the studio. It was fucking ridiculous. Just a car passes by and all of a sudden he thinks he can bark at him like this shit's okay. Where was I at? Cody Garbrandt being shit now? That was my thing. Tattoos. Tattoos. Don't get your face tattooed, kids. Do you know why? Because it means you're a piece of shit. It probably doesn't always. I mean, I've seen plenty of people with face tattoos that aren't pieces of shit, but 9 times out of 10, they are. That's people with hand tattoos are usually a little bit on the sluttier side. People with feet tattoos are drug addicts. They are addicted to so many drugs or were addicted to psychedelics at one point, so much so that their third eye has glaucoma. If they have face tattoos, it means that they rape people or were raped by other people. There is no that's my thing is I don't think you get a face tattoo unless you were raped or unless you raped someone. I think it's a mandatory thing, and I think after the alien got to me, maybe I should get one. I'm having his fucking kids or her kids or whatever its kid. There may be a genderless fucking species. I don't know how the grays work. They should be like us, but like asexual or something. All I know is I don't know why I'm not getting any money out of this. When I touched it, shit. When I touched it, when I touched the gray, our memories, I got to see its memories and it got to see mine. And I understand that times are tough right now, but it has a well-paying job in the intergalactic space trade of space stocks, and it's not paying me. And these children are hungry. I know I just birthed them in front of you, but I don't gestate milk like that. So I have to buy formula now. And I just thought of that while I was... Bastard. Where was I at? I was at the UFC fucking fight card, and now I'm talking about my alien pregnancy with that bastard that ran out on me.
What a scrub.
A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Well, the scrub raped me. The goddamn aliens. What was the next fight? Brandon Royval and Loner Kavana. That poor babyface boy got his shit rocked. Holy fuck. We even commented before the fight. We were like, damn, is that a fucking 18-year-old stepping in the ring? And then by the time he stepped out, it looked like when Jesus got fucking flogged in front of everyone in Jerusalem. Jesus Christ. Well, literally. Ha! No, Brandon Royval came out there and fucked him up. Vicious. Elbow. Laid into him without remorse, and that's the shit we like to see. It was a fantastic card. Corey Sandhagen and Mario Batista. Mario Batista, wow. That was a fun fight just to see them exchange back fucking forth. Nothing more than that. And then fucking comes along Patty, the fucking goddamn Batty Pimblett, with the 30-second knockout. Holy shit, against Benoit Saint Denis. Benoit Balls Saint Denis. Benoit Balls. For those of you who don't know what Benoit Balls are, they're these like big anal balls that you stick in your ass during sex, and you have your partner like push them out, and then you either push them back in or they push them out. The point is that there is a ball in their butthole. This is real. Benoit Balls. So, sorry, Benoit Saint Denis got Benoit balled by Patty the Batty Pimblett. Goddamn right. He's a fucking spider. He locked that boy up. He locked that boy up so fucking fast. It was beautiful. That was like, you look away for 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds. You look away for a second and all of a sudden the match is over. You look at the photos though and Benoit Balls is crying. He's crying in the photo. Patty made him cry. And then he just sat there and vaped and ate pizza afterwards. That fat fucking limey bastard. Sorry, bastard. You know what? I talk shit on the English because of the fact that they have terrible food, bad teeth, they're all inbred, and they have no affordable living standards for anybody in their country. But who are we to talk? We're Americans. But he fucking stood up and stood out that night. And he was a fucking spider, and he grabbed that fucker and he wrapped him up. And wow, man. I hope they give him another big fight after this because he needs it. He definitely deserves it. He fought, 2 times in the last 7 months? That's not nothing. I know he won, but that's a lot of energy in a year. And hopefully he gets one more fight in before the end of this year. We'll see. That was probably the highlight of the entire night because right afterwards, fucking McGregor, he comes in, he literally runs into a roundhouse kick and breaks and busts his knee. He busted his knee. This nigga popped a tire in the middle of the biggest match of his fucking career at this moment. He popped a fucking tire. This goddamn Mick bastard, this nigga popped a tire in front of everyone. I was so excited. Everyone who watches the UFC events was so excited, especially after the fucking White House event. God damn, we were all so excited. McGregor should have fought at that. They should have had that motherfucker fighting at that, but no, they fucking didn't. They didn't take advantage of the situation. They had to make him a headliner and just put all this fucking pressure. And he came out and motherfuck, he looked like he was gonna do so good. But he decided to run and jump into the shit because he was way too fucking excited and it made him look like a scrub when it wasn't even... motherfucking shit, man. I know I'm not the only one who got upset about it. Like, I know not everyone got upset about it, but Jesus Christ, man. I've watched MMA since I was a kid. And I remember watching McGregor's career, like, really when it started to take off and all of that shit. And now we're at a point where we waited a half a fucking decade to watch this motherfucker fight, and he just blew a tire in front of everyone. And that was just... Well, after all of that buildup, after all of those crazy fights, after all of those exchanges, after Patty fucking submitted Benoit Balls, and Brandon Royval fucking submitted Loner Kavana, and King Green fucking knocked him out, it was a great fucking card, and Mario Batista with his fucking swings, I know it was a fucking unanimous decision, because he fucked him up the entire goddamn fight. He fucked him up the entire fight, and McGregor came out and shit the goddamn bed, and now they're gonna rule it as a fucking KO, TKO. McGregor knocked himself out. This nigga nigga knocked himself out. Now Max Holloway gets to say it was a KO TKO for his own goddamn fucking victory. This is not right. This is not right. Goddamn motherfucking shit. This is... Oh my God, man, that's making my head hurt. I'm just... Do any of you understand how frustrating it is to watch... I'm not going to say he's my favorite fighter, but I'd be lying if I said he wasn't in my top 10 favorite fighters. To watch his career, to have gotten into MMA during the time when Conor McGregor was fighting, and to feel the energy and the atmosphere when he was a part of everything bigger, it was... To say that he influenced the UFC and MMA as a whole and how it is kind of an understatement, but just... And that's why this is so fucking goddamn, man. A lot of people are shitting on him, and you're right to very much shit on him after the fucking failed testing and after the throwing the fucking trolley and after the abuses and the rape charges and the this and the that and the all the shit he's done. You have your right to talk shit about him, but you can't take away the fact that without him, there is no UFC the way we have it. We would have never even had the UFC at the White House if it weren't for somebody like McGregor making the UFC a household fucking event like football was in the 90s, in the early 2000s. Now we have this. And just, man, we are watching, sometimes we're watching our legends not just die before us, but blow their shit out before us. Like, Lil Wayne sounds like trash now. He's the reason why I started rapping when I was younger. And now he sounds like an undead zombie that they threw on a fucking keyboard and just and mashed his shit in on it. And on an electronic keyboard too. It's just motherfucking. And now McGregor with this. We watched Tyson blow out his fucking bicep in that Logan Paul fight. This is just... It's frustrating to see people who made I hate saying it, but as far as like Western iconicism, living legends die before our eyes. It's just, you watch greatness build up and then collapse right in front of you. And it's just, it is a bit disappointing. I would be lying if I said anything else. But man, Paddy Pimblett made that fucking card worth rushing back here to watch. I will fucking say that without any question. Goddamn, man. He choked Benoit balls out so fucking hard. He sent that nigga straight to the moon. Straight to the moon, straight into the sky. He's probably one of these things that the US Department of War identified in their fucking UFO drops. Speaking of which, we're finally getting to the purpose of all of this. Why I got impregnated by the Greys. Why we're talking about all of these out of this world experiences. Because the U.S. Department of War has been releasing UFO footage for the last few months. And I'm going to end up doing another alien footage thing here over the next couple months. Maybe one or two more. Because they've released a lot of stuff. And I don't intend to go over all of this. Because that would be absolutely ludicrous. It's just them saying, this is an anomaly that we located in China, Guatemala, America, wherever the fuck. And it's an anomaly in... What was one of the ones? Like Iraq or something like that. They call them anomalies. It's all anomalies, all anomalies, all anomalies. And the photos you get look like they're out of fucking 2012 Xbox games with the graphics. And I gotta say, if some of these are real, then wow, they're very scary, because this one right here that I'm looking at in front of my very eyes looks like a Nephilim. It looks like one of those biblically accurate angels, if you will. It's just... They released a lot of shit. They released one thing that looked like a... Did you guys ever watch that movie, The Cabin in the Woods? Do you remember the like Tetris-y design that they had for the cover of it, where it's like moving itself around and shape-shifting and all that in front of your eyes, moving like a labyrinth? That's kind of what one of these alien ships looks like. And fuck it, maybe it is. Maybe Lord Boros has come to try and take us over, and he's just taking his sweet time with the endeavor. But maybe we got a One Punch Man we don't know about. Maybe the point is, it just is interesting that with the war going on in Iran, everything that we're funding in Ukraine, the release of the Epstein files getting basically pushed down to the bottom of the list, because now they're just like, well, you guys wanted aliens for so long, so you get aliens. And in a decade, they're going to be releasing the Epstein files when they've already got a grasp on everybody, and everybody's moved past Epstein, even though it's probably the biggest, most like crushing story for global politics that we could ever think of, that this man was trafficking children and doing pedophilic satanic rituals, Kabbalistic rituals with world leaders from almost every walk of life, from first world to third world countries, and the rich leaders and the poor leaders organizing assassinations and coups and organizing these trade deals so that way they can monitor shipping and control shipping routes, and so that way they can make microtransactions off of Xbox stuff, so that way they're able to backdoor. I mean, you talk about laundering money with drug addicts. You think they don't own nail salons, pizza galleries, everything like that, so they can use it as fronts to launder their shit all the way through? I mean, there was that Minnesota operation during the time of the ICE shooting, and no, everybody just glossed over that. It was like $1 million or $2 million that was going to these daycares in Minnesota that turned out just to be a fucking scam. And maybe the state continued looking into it, but it stopped being big news because we're just looking, so we just keep jumping. Next thing. There was a woman whose mother was kidnapped. Pam Bondi, not Pam Bondi. Well, I think Pam Bondi was fired too. Pam Bondi was fired. Tulsi Gabbard resigned. We've had Kash Patel damn near fired, who's now bringing down illegal immigration operations and stuff like that. So now he looks good in the public eye, a lot like Wayne Ivey does with the speeding things, in order to negate the fact that he's caused a lot of backdoor dealings, and it hides the fact that his cops are abusive, sorry pieces of shit. Whatever. Where was I saying? It's just, we're cycling through the newsreels and the news feeds so fast that you can't even articulate everything that has happened over the last 6 months. We kidnapped a world leader who's facing trial in New York right now. New York has rent that's an average of $4,000 a month for a one-bedroom apartment. We have California, which had a governor or a mayor that was a Chinese spy, admitted to it. Nobody's looking into that either. We had a bomb that was planted at an Air Force base in western Florida that was in Tampa. We had a Jewish Israeli tech manager who was in Las Vegas for fucking meeting up with 10-year-olds, and they're not going to extradite him because the laws say we don't have to extradite anyone from Israel, especially right now, given the fact that tech is such a big proponent for what we have going on in this world. They're not going to go and arrest more tech guys because that would not only lose them money, but it would lose them political power. It would lose them it might lose them their lives. It just might lose them whatever power they have in this world. And the reason I'm cycling through all this, Charlie Kirk got shot. The reason I'm cycling through all of this is because there is so much that's happened, and now they're just dumping these files that, truth be told, look kind of AI generated, and maybe they're not. Maybe a lot of these things are real. Hi, Declan. That looks like a drawing of a UFO. There was another one that they had that looked like a boomerang. It looked like a boomerang the size of a bus, basically. That was an alien ship. There's one video where you see this black cube fly in, and then it dings right around, and it zips around. Then you see the one with the redacted file where you just see the black box floating in midair because they redacted the ship, which makes you wonder, why are they redacting some of these files and not redacting others? What are they trying to show out and show up with? And I'm not trying to be some paranoid conspiracy theorist. I understand I'm wearing a tinfoil hat. I understand I have a podcast. I understand I'm spouting anti-government rhetoric, but I am speaking pro-American rhetoric. And I understand how convoluted all of these different things sound, especially since I just made jokes about me being raped by a gray and having its 5 children. But you have to start questioning at some level, is all of this a ruse? Maybe some of it's real, maybe some of it's not. Maybe all of it's entirely real, but why drop everything like it? Maybe we are just coming to an era where the world isn't moving faster. You're just seeing the truth opened. It's, what did Cat Williams say? This is the year where things start to come to light, and over the last 365 days, 730 days, we have seen our country completely flip on its head in more ways than we could ever imagine. Nothing but truth after truth after truth, but with lie after truth, with lie after truth to lie. And it's with everything coming out, maybe it's not the fact that we can't keep up with how fast the world is getting. Maybe the truth is just becoming so effervescently clear and trying to be blanketed with lies that we just can't even keep up with which portion of the reality we have to to monitor. What are we supposed to be aware of? What is it we are supposed to be looking at? And I think a lot of this, again, as I said, ruse. I think that they're trying to pull what is it? Pull the wool over your eyes so that way you can't see what's actually occurring. Maybe there is a satanic pedophilic cabal, and this is just like, you know what? It's aliens. It's not a group of satanic pedophilic Jews or Muslims or Christians or whatever the case is. It's aliens. It's fucking aliens. Xenu has come back, and he's come here to molest and rape and take and eat and everything, your women and your children, and it's the communists, it's the China, now, what is it, Donnie's spouting, it's the communists, it's the Chinese, after we just extended our debt like $11 trillion with them. That's what he likes to do. He extends his debt into these massive increments so that way he can foreclose on them, which makes them accumulate all of the debt while he's able to declare bankruptcy, and all the money just stays in their quote-unquote fiscal or physical funds that can't technically be documented and all of that stuff. Whatever. We're supposed to be talking about aliens. Aliens, baby! And I'm not talking about those 18 illegal alien immigrants that they brought out of Brevard. I am talking about these Tic Tacs. I'm talking about these zip things. And they just... None of it's ever clear. None of it's ever gonna be crystal clear, because why would they ever make anything clear? All these documents are just like, well, we allegedly saw something. We allegedly saw something. We allegedly saw something. I'm tired of allegedlys. I'd love it if somebody came in and was just like, yep, I had sex with an alien. She had 3 boobs. I saw somebody go outside the dome and their head exploded. I saw a guy who had this eye patch thing over his eye, which looked like foreskin, but it was really just a piece of his face. If you can't tell, we watched Total Recall recently. I want proof like that. Show me your little alien babies. Don't just let me be the only one. I can't be the only one spouting off this stuff because it just makes me look like a crazy guy in a tinfoil hat. God damn. You know what? Maybe these are signs. Maybe these are signs that we're not looking into fully. And maybe if we just opened our eyes, the signs would be more clear. And speaking of signs, guess what we're talking about today? Signs, the fucking movie with Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix. Goddamn right. The film starts off with these kids in a cornfield screaming because they're not being molested by their priest father who didn't molest them when he was still a priest. He gave up the priesthood 6 months ago because his wife died in some kind of crazy car crash because Wayne Ivey couldn't stop her car accident because she was speeding down 95 in the middle of the night. And some drunk guy came up and she was going 85 miles an hour and the cop wasn't paying attention because of the fact that he was looking at TikTok reels and he was taking shots with the fucking Titusville police chief, bless you. And he was taking shots with the ex-Titusville police chief at the moment, so he wasn't able to notice this woman flying by at 85 miles per hour. And then this drunk guy comes up because he's coming out of the old Dixie pub and he's driving right onto 95 going at least 95 miles an hour. And then he zooms and veers right into her and he catastrophically catapults her into the middle of the fucking intersection and sets her right there. And that's what made this priest, Mel Gibson, stop being a priest, was Wayne Ivey. Or his sheriff doing shots with the Titusville police chief. Sorry, I had to take a breather. And these kids were screaming because they weren't getting molested. But in reality, what was happening was he went to the cornfield and the corn was knocked over. God damn. Somebody corned his cob. What was funny is the corn was just bent over. It was just bent over like the alien had me. It was disgusting. These aliens are into bending. I tried to bend it back over, but it was a 10-foot tall gray alien overlord that I had no fucking death by snoo. What else am I supposed to do? Come on now, when the gray want snoo and the gray want me, what else am I supposed to do other than give up the pee-pee? You know what I mean? But what would be nice if the aliens that we have now that the U.S. government is allegedly releasing files on, why is no other government releasing files on any of this stuff? Why is the Russian government not doing it? The Chinese government, the Swiss, German, Italian, the English obviously have no time to release alien footage because they're allowing so many illegal aliens into their own country. They can't even document all the ones they have. How are they going to document the ones that are coming from outer space? You know what I mean? How are they going to even have time to document the ones that are coming from outer space when they have so many Mohammeds coming into their country and ruining everything and pissing on their streets and raping their women and making their kings say, God damn it, we don't celebrate Easter because it's not Muslim. You know what? Fuck you, goddamn King Charles. You know, we should go back to beheading some of the... Allegedly, we should go back to beheading some of the royalty. Don't take my advice on any of this stuff. I've given a lot of bad advice on things you should do. Actually, you know what? Yeah. You know what? England. This is my advice to you. I know you can't make comments because they'll arrest you. I know you can't send this to your friends because they'll arrest you. I know that you're probably going to get in trouble for watching this video. You should behead your king. Do it. Set the precedent. I guarantee you, and I mean this with everything in my with everything in my soul, and everything in my heart, with everything in my whole, with everything in there too. I promise you, if you do it, we will follow in suit. Luigi Mangione already shot one of those fucking medical guys. Can you imagine what some guy from Florida or a goddamn drug addict from Louisiana would do if you beheaded the king? We probably wouldn't go after Donnie, and I don't think we should. I think that would be way bad. I think that going after him would make things way worse right now, and I don't think any of you are ready for that conversation because I'm going to be honest. I'm more scared about what happens when these guys pass. I think that's my issue is like all of these younger guys in their 40s, 50s right now who are running for politics, JD Vance, Marco Rubio, stuff like that. They're more tech supporters. They're more Big Brother supporters. They want you to have flock cameras. They want you to be monitored 24/7. They want you to start developing this social credit score bit by bit by bit by bit by bit with the AI data centers that Titusville luckily blocked. Woohoo! We did one good thing, baby. We did one or two good things. And I'm worried that the next generation coming after Putin is just going to be another group of warmongering Russians that have access to nuclear devices and AI technology that's going to allow them to obliterate local, smaller countries. Well, I don't know anymore. They may have exhausted themselves after Ukraine. Apparently, Russia and us were just a bunch of shit talkers because we can't even take out Iran and they can't take out Ukraine. I feel like we have really shown how short our jab is. We're like Mike Tyson fighting Andre the Giant. Do you understand? Not Andre the Giant, fighting like Wilt Chamberlain. Do you understand what I mean? We're 5'11", swinging on somebody that's 7'6". It's not that it's impossible to win. It is just, we need to make sure we shoot this shit right because we are not playing to our strategies. We need to go back to just spouting rhetoric, and we need to go back to importing drugs from these countries under their solicited deals. We need to stop going in there and trying to pretend we're the good guys so we can take their opium and their oil and go on about our business. Where was I at? Signs. You know what? If these aliens would make signs clear, like going into our cornfields and going into our cornholes and all of these other things, and like maybe they just need to invade New York. I think New York could use a good reset. They already allowed Mondami to be mayor. Why not an alien? A real alien. Well, he is a real alien, isn't he? Is he from here? Where was Mondami born? Fucking the emotion reader. He's American? He was born in Uganda. How is that American? He was born in Kampala, Uganda. He's only 34? God damn, he's young. God damn, he's young. No wonder nobody likes him. Not just is he Indian, he's young and Indian and powerful. You know what? The next movie is not going to be crazy rich Asians. It's going to be crazy powerful communist Indians. Crazy commie powers. Back to signs. So the aliens were coming in and they were leaving all these random signs all over the planet. And they were leaving these fucking, what do you call them? Motherfucking. What the fuck are they called? Whatever. The point is they were fucking up this man's corn, thus his livelihood is getting fucked up. And that's fucked up. What this corn's down to is they don't respect him. What this corn's down to. And the entire movie is basically about Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix having panic attacks while these aliens are just going in and out of their house in the middle of the night and scaring the bejesus out of them. I say bejesus because he's a former priestess. You know what? I even brought this out for this in honor of Mel Gibson. He was a former priest, and now he wants to make corn come from his feet. That's That was terrible. Holy shit, that was bad. But basically, as it comes out that the aliens are there, his son's like, oh my god, we need to prepare for the fucking aliens. And his dad's like, no, we just need to stay here inside the house and hold each other and let me molest you, my son. I love you so much. Why don't you love me? And his son's like, because you changed after mom died on 95 because of that goddamn car crash incident with the drunk driver who turned out to be M. Night Shyamalan, who for some reason was in Titusville getting a drink at that time when that fucking goddamn sheriff was getting a drink with the Titusville police chief. It was terrible. He said all this in the movie. This is exactly his dialogue, by the way. These were his words. I'm quoting them back to you. And Mel Gibson's like, I'm so sorry, my son. Basically, the entire film is an intimacy thing about fathers and their children. It's about how at the end of the film, the alien... Okay, so there's really nothing I can tell you that's exciting about the film other than aliens try to break into the house and they pull a Night of the Living Dead where they just barricade themselves deeper and deeper into the house. And then at the end of the thing, his child gets kidnapped by the alien and the alien is just sitting there holding his stem in front of the child's face. He's just like, if you come any closer, I'm going to stick this in your kid's mouth. And he's So what happens is Joaquin Phoenix picks up a bat because he's a swinger and he beats the alien's head in, but not before the alien sprays his stuff all over the boy's face. The alien, I mean, he busted quick. He just all over the boy's face, a lot like Palm Beach Epstein. And the dad was like, no! Oh, it's Mel Gibson. That's exactly what he did. He was like, no, my boy. And Joaquin was just like, batter up, dink. Just like that kid who got his head whacked in earlier in the podcast that we talked about here in Brevard. The dad was just like, you know what, son? I can't stand you anymore. And then he knocked his boy out and left him in the washer to dry, and left him in the washer and dry, and left it. Holy shit! And he left him in the laundry room to die. But the difference between this and that is Joaquin Phoenix was like, batter up, and he saved the boy from dying within reason. The boy almost died from an asthma attack. You know what? Let this be a lesson to you asthmatics. Always have your inhaler handy because otherwise Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix may fail you. They may fail you. You never know. Your uncle may not be a swinger the way Joaquin was. He just came in laying crazy wood on that alien's face again and again and again and again and again and again until the alien dropped. And it was beautiful. It was magnificent. It was glorious. And then he got him his inhaler and he's like, oh my God, because you were having an asthma attack when the alien came on your face, it didn't go into your lungs and you didn't die. You didn't breathe in the poison cum. And then his son's like, no, Dad, I didn't breathe in the poison cum. Thank you for saving me and getting over your trauma of mom through this entire endeavor. And the dad's like, yes, praise God, I love you. Because he found God again in this entire endeavor. After watching his son, his brother, and his daughter sit on the couch with their tinfoil hats on and be molested by aliens. The point of the story really is that when you're a man of God or you're a man of religion and all of this types of stuff, and when everything starts to challenge your faith, you lose a family member, the things you go through, what you really have to do is keep sight of the fact that you need to be the one molesting your family members, because if you're not, we're going to outsource the molestation to aliens, and then the aliens are going to molest your kids, and you're going to start feeling bad, and you're going to have all these fucking second thoughts on the endeavor. And what are you going to do when your child's already molested? He got lucky that he got to molest his child afterwards, because the alien failed at molesting him because the poison cum didn't enter his kid's nose. Let this be a lesson to you. If you're going to get molested by anyone, let it be by a family member who is a man of God or a woman of God. Let God enter you through your cornhole. Record it and put it on Cornhub. Slob on the knob like corn on the cob in the sense of Jesus did. Christian heartthrob. The point is, when an alien enters you or tries to enter you, fight back. Fight back. Don't let the alien do it. Don't let the alien be the one to penetrate you and to molest you and impregnate you with its 5 children or try to put its poison cum into your lungs. Don't allow a foreigner to do it. Don't allow an alien to do what your family should be doing the entire time. That's getting up close and personal, looking you in the eyes, touching you, and showing you the signs that there's really something out there. I'll see y'all next week.